Hello, everybody there. Now, I think this would be my 48th video, and I haven't really had any videos besides the first one that I did where I actually sat down and talked. So I thought that I would talk about some things that Japanese people do, and I made a list of the things that I've noticed since I've been here. So, the first one on the list is that at movie theaters, Japanese people don't laugh or do anything. In America, I'll go to movie theaters and I'll hear people like, like, don't go in that room. There's a monster in there. Or they'll laugh, at the jokes, but it seems that the Japanese people do not want to laugh or scream or anything. Another thing is that they stay till the very end. So when the credits are rolling, they stay and until it's all done with. And I think back home that when the movie is over and the credits start rolling, I think the lights come on. But in Japan, I'm pretty sure that they stay dim and everybody just waits until the very end. And it's not a bad thing, or it's probably a good thing to watch to see who made the movie. But I noticed I've been to a few movies. I've been to Valkyrie and Marley and Me, and one called Handsome Suit, and Okuribito, The Departures, the one that won the Oscar or Grammy or whatever for Best Foreign Film. And when I went to go see Valkyrie, I went to Roppongi, so there was a bunch of foreigners that were there. And it was funny because when the movie was over, I was used to all the Japanese staying, but about half of the crowd got up and left. And those were all the foreigners. And when the lights came on, then all the Japanese were still left there. Everything is sugoi. Now, sugoi means oh, it's awesome, great. So you'll just hear Japanese guys being like, suge, or they'll eat something and they'll be like, ume, or they'll look at somebody and that's big and they'll be like, deke. And everything is just, actually I think that's all the Japanese guys, I think those are the only words the Japanese guys use when they talk, is just deke, ume, suge. Japanese people wear masks when they're sick. So, if it's a common thing. If you come to Japan, you'll see people walk around with those white surgical masks like, hey. And maybe it's a little frightening when you first see it, but I guess it's courteous because they don't want to get anybody else sick, transmit their disease. Japanese people are afraid of foreigners. Now, it's no different, when you see a foreign person that, if you grow up in a town that has a lot of white people and Mexican people, and then all of a sudden there's some Asian dudes that are coming in and you're like, who are these people? I'm not used to them. They have slanty eyes. Racist remarks. But anyway, so, Japan, it's just Japanese people here. So when they see foreigners, they're like, who are these big, white, scary mofos that are coming at me? So they're not used to it, they're uncomfortable with foreign people. Japanese girls always wear skirts. It could be 0 degrees outside, and they're, skipping around in short skirts, and they have some nylons on. And I'm like, aren't you guys cold? You're just wearing skirts. And they're like, no, we have pantyhose on, we're fine. I'm like, okay, I guess that's how it works here. Japanese people smoke like crazy. I think compared to America now, I think America's like, tobacco's bad for you. Everybody that smokes just kills babies. And it's not good, so don't do it, because we don't smoke, so we don't want you to smoke. But in Japan, people, recently in Chicago, a couple of years ago, they passed a law where you can't smoke inside buildings, or you have to be 15 feet away to be able to smoke. But that rule, that law is not here in Japan. Japanese people drink like crazy. After work, it's usual for Japanese coworkers to go out with a drink with some of their superiors. And I think a lot of Japanese people find it relieving, and it kind of like refreshes them for the next day, because it's a stressful, thing to work for a Japanese company. So after work, they all go out and drink together usually, but lately the economy's been bad, so I don't think a lot of Japanese people have been doing that lately. Japanese people are always busy. If we have a party and we invite some of our Japanese friends, they're always, always busy. They have planners and they just plan everything. They even plan like when they're going to have fun. Like at 12:30 to 4 I'm going to have fun, but after that I'm going to be sad. I'm not going to be fun. It's just a joke. They don't really do that, but maybe some people do. Oh, Japanese guys are bitches. Yes. I think Japanese guys are some of the most spoiled men on the planet. And I may get a lot of dirty remarks for saying that, but I think it's true. I think that they grow up and their moms take care of them, and they don't have to do, like, big chores, and all they have to worry about is studying. Like, you don't have to worry about doing this, but you have to study. So all they have to worry about is studying and practice on being a bitch, which they're very good at. I guess I gotta explain more. I can't just call Japanese guys bitches and not explain why. I don't know, they're not nice. They're not romantic. They do not know how to treat women. The whole holding the door open and saying, "After you, ma'am, ladies first." That thing just doesn't work in Japan. It's more like, "You wait here while I open the door, and then afterwards you can come in after me." Recently, one of our professors, we were in an economic class, and I wanted to hear the opinion of the Japanese girls that were in the class, and then the professor was like, No, you don't understand. They don't have opinions. See, they long for their mother's milk, these young Japanese people." I said, "What? That doesn't make any sense at all." Japanese people can't understand me when I speak Japanese. I went to go get directions, and one of my friends, Christoph, he asked one of the Japanese guys, this old construction worker, he was like, "Sumimasen, tasukete itadakimasu ka?" Means "Oh, would you please help me?" And the Japanese guy said, "Eigo wakarimasen," means "I don't understand English," but Christoph asked him in Japanese, so obviously Christoph knows Japanese. So it seems like I'll ask them a question, and Japanese people will look at me like, "Huh?" And they're so, when they see my face, I'm a foreigner, so they're expecting English to come out, but then they hear Japanese, and then they're like, I don't know how to react to this. Old Japanese guys do not open their mouths when they talk. When you speak English, to be able to pronounce clearly, you have to open your mouth. But in Japanese, I could talk like, "Konnichiwa, boku no namae wa Boru desu. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Hajimemashite, Boru desu. Kyou wa ii tenki desu ne." You don't have to open your mouth really, and it's more of a politeness thing. I'm not do not have a major in Japanese history, but I know that it was polite to cover their mouth, not to show their teeth, and Japanese women actually, I think, put tar or wax on their teeth to make them black, so you couldn't see their teeth when they talked. So I think that may, go into today's time, or it could just be that they are embarrassed of having nasty fangle teeth, because a lot of them do. Japanese people are embarrassed to kiss in public. You will not see a couple kissing in public at all. I'll continue this in my next video. Oh.